I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Yes or no? Did you ever take banned substances to enhance your cycling performance?
Yes.
I had no prior knowledge of the planned assault on Nancy Kerrigan.
I am deeply sorry for my irresponsible and selfish behavior I engaged in.
All right. Hello, Gallerati, Lynch, Oops the P. Hello, Lynch. I like the sunglasses inside. This look works on you nicely.
Thank you.
It takes a certain kind of guy to rock the sunglasses inside, and anyone who's going to get analytical about it is going to try to deter you from doing it. And you know what you should say to those people? Fuck you, dude.
Fuck you, dude.
Fuck you, Dad.
Woke up this morning thinking everything was great. Do 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 do. Can you give me some do 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 do's while I tell you what happened this morning?
Do 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 do.
I left my phone outside. I thought it was charged, but it was not. Do 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 do. I thought it was at 80%, but it was at 7.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. That's the worst.
And then I didn't have any almond milk in the fridge.
Did you go buy some?
I did this morning.
You did?
Trader Joe's, to the gym, and now we're here.
How early did you start?
I went to the gym at 7.
Nice.
Yeah, that's my new thing.
Fuck yeah.
For the wedding, going every day.
Nice.
I got my my forearm cruncher.
Nice.
Going on a bachelor party this weekend. So if you see any Instagram stories or anything that I hard post, it would be such a confidence boost if you compliment my forearms. I've been working on them like crazy. You get that going in the comment section, it might cause a chain reaction of lust towards me.
That yo-yo is going to be a weapon, dude.
Yeah. So I'm bringing weapons to that. How are you doing?
The Lynch forearms whipping yo-yos around at the bachelor party with the boys. Hopefully there will be no random friends from childhood there.
No.
Where's this bachelor party?
Nashville.
Fun.
Nashville, Tennessee. I've only been once. I went with Francis, but we went for his shows at Zany's, but we went from the airport to the hotel to Zany's to the hotel to the airport. I saw nothing.
Oh, wow.
I saw nothing. So I'm excited to go to Broadway.
Oh, dude, it's the
It
best.
seems like a great place to play.
It's the best. It's well said. It's a great place to play. And dude, yeah, it's like the most, I've said this before, but the biggest gathering of people for no reason
Yes.
that you'll ever see.
That's what it seems like.
Partying, having the best time. And look, I guess you could say that the reason is it's fun and there's music and okay, fine. But I mean, like, there wasn't a specific incredible event that happened where somebody won the championship. You'd think that what are they called? The Predators, the Nashville Predators? You'd think they won the Stanley Cup every time you'd go down there. And I suspect that the Stanley Cup parade would be less packed than Broadway on a random Saturday.
In a random bar.
Random bar. But dude, everybody down there is incredible. Like, you're going to have the best time.
Thanks. Are the locals cool with the tourism? Obviously, it's
a
important.
sophisticated city.
So what does that mean?
It means that like the locals aren't actually the locals. So like the people that you're going to see at the bars who like you think are the Southern people, those people are visiting Nashville too.
Got it.
Yeah. Nashville's like cosmopolitan.
Got it.
Yeah. The one knock on it, I'll say, is that it's not pretty. They built it up really quick and it's like not, the layout of the city isn't amazing, but like has all the essentials. Like, bro, you could live there and not, the only thing that where you'd be like, wow, it's really humid in the summer. Fine. It's like hotter than here, but you would have everything you needed. There wouldn't be a single thing where you're like, I wish we had this. I wish this was here. I wish every modern convenience and like thing from New York, they have it in Nashville and probably better.
Acai?
Yeah, for sure.
Sweet.
For sure. I had one this morning, actually, an acai bowl. You an acai guy? You got into it?
Acai mucho.
Acai mucho.
Acai mucho, senor. Yeah, I like acai. I have a question for you. Going to Nashville, someone that I went to college with is down there. Not really friendly with this person. They are very moochy and leechy, and when they find out that there's an opportunity for them to take advantage of you or squeeze into your circle, they jump on it.
This is sounding like a trend.
What are some things that I can do, social media-wise, my internet footprint, what are some things that I can do to avoid this person knowing that I'm in his neck of the woods?
Bro, my advice is who fucking cares?
Okay.
Dog it. You just got to dog it.
All right.
That's the exercise here. Oh my God, you're in Nashville? Why didn't you tell me? Oh, I was in a bachelor party. Sorry. This idea that bachelor parties are like non-binding events where it's all la-di-da is a problem that we need to stop in your life. This idea that you can invite whoever you want, or that somehow on a bachelor party weekend you're going to have time for a random person. Like, in what world? Does he know some of these people?
Yeah.
Well?
Yeah.
Is that part of the problem?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's it. Just I'm gonna block story settings and things.
Okay,
like
well,
that.
this is Lynch. This is important information. That actually does make it harder because then you can't
This
be
isn't
like
this isn't a one-on-one.
The Bachelor. He knows
The Bachelor. We're all in the same fraternity.
He knows The Bachelor, so he might feel FOMO. So okay, so this guy's gonna see that you're there because you're gonna be in other people's things, and this guy follows them, right?
Yeah, but I think I'm gonna have to have a side group chat just to remind the guys, like, hey guys, remember, let's get those story settings cleared up.
Do you want to do it now?
Yeah, I can do. I'll shoot it right now.
Let's do it right now. Because you're right. But I'm curious to see if you get any backlash for this or not.
No, it's a mute. It's this.
Everybody agrees.
We are all. He's never gonna listen.
I get it.
We are
I get
all.
it.
We all are like super nice and respectful and friendly and loving towards each other. And we don't treat people like this normally. But this person's a weasel.
He won't understand why he isn't invited.
This person is a psycho. He doesn't understand the word no. He doesn't say please or thank you. One quick story. He was my roommate freshman year. Summer before sophomore year, he was reffing hockey in my neighborhood in New Jersey. And he calls me and he says, hey, I'm in Morristown for some hockey. You got space for me to crash tonight? Worded just like that. Not may I stay, can I stay? I got my own summer job. I'm working all the time. My parents are living their life. They don't really know this guy. They're accommodating, but this is out of the blue. This is day of. And I was like, dude, like, that's kind of tough. And he's like, I'm literally like at the bottom of your street. Can I like come up and say hi? And I was like, sure. And then I was like, I got to head out for work soon. He comes over, he comes in, and then he's like, can I please stay? Can I please stay? And I was like 18. And I was like, Mom, can you stay? And she's like, sure. And so he stayed. And then he started going into the kitchen and he peeled 2 avocados, which I didn't even like at the time, but I knew that was a big deal. That's an expensive item especially back in 2015.
Randomly did it?
Spring 2015. This is like a year ago. 10 years ago.
How long was he at the house for?
2 nights.
And at what point did he peel the avocados? Like in an off time?
30 minutes in.
So
he went into the fridge. Like, he just went in, made the home his own. So this person's just a weasel. And then, he left his keys in the back of my car. I'm going to my summer college class because I was transferring credits. I had to go take one at the community college for calculus. And his lanyard's in the back of my car. And he's like, you got to come back. You got to come back. I was like, no, dude, you left your key. I'm sorry. Like, you come here, figure it out. He's like, can I borrow your mom's car? I was like, no. Like, and Uber's not a thing yet. And I was like, dude, you're a mess. You're a mess. Why are you in my life like this? And no pleases or thank you. So this is the kind of guy that has done a similar thing to all of these friends. So I just want to make sure that we don't bump into him.
Yeah. Okay. I get it. This is different than like the way that I've envisioned this initially was that you were the only one who knew this guy.
No.
Which I should have known better if it's your friend from.
I should have added that detail.
I don't know if you told, but it does make it different. In that, yeah, so the burden isn't just on you, but it seems like this is a guy who'd feel comfortable crashing something like this or anything.
Yeah. I just said, let's make sure we block so that we don't have to deal with that.
Hilarious, dude. Well, dude, one fun fact about me is I actually have not been to that many bachelor parties. I wonder if like during the era where the people who would have invited me were having them, I wonder if it wasn't as much of a thing like it is now. You know what I mean? Like, social media has really made all wedding related events sort of explode, including weddings themselves. But bachelor wise, I don't know. I probably got invited to a couple. Like, I definitely couldn't afford to go on any of them during the time that most of them were happening. So I probably just like declined. I have a joke about this, but I'm always like, I would rather seem like a dick than a loser. So I would almost do this thing where I was like acting like I was too cool to go, but I actually just like couldn't go, which is kind of sad.
No, that's coping. That's aged well.
Character building. Yeah.
At least people think you're cool. Like, they're not going to be like, I don't know. I think that's fine.
I appreciate it. So yeah, I have only been to a few. And yeah, and here you are, you're going to like fucking 5 of them a year or something.
Not that often, but yeah, I think that maybe a couple a year now. So
How's your wedding haul this year besides your own?
What do you mean?
Like, how many weddings are you going to this year?
And I'm officiating. I got 3 on the docket this year, including my own.
Nice. Not bad.
One next month, one at the end of June, and then one in October.
Where's June?
June is in Connecticut,
Where?
Candlewood Lake.
Really?
Yeah.
What the fuck? That's like near where I'm from. Let me just look at it real quick.
Yeah, that's where I'm officiating that wedding. That's where his family lives.
Maybe it's not.
I've been there quite a bit.
Let me see where that is, because that's just like a popular name in Connecticut. So maybe it's not actually near me. Oh, it's not. Yeah, it's nowhere near me.
And then the last one's in Boston.
Nice. Very solid.
Yeah.
I have my first one tomorrow, or my first one this weekend in Mexico, which I'm actually pumped for. It's one of those weddings where like you know everybody. Are you usually at weddings where you know everybody?
Now I am. When Vic and I first started dating, I'd go to a lot of like family weddings, and I didn't know anybody except her and her immediate family. But now I know pretty much everybody.
Yeah, for the most part, there's only a couple of times where I can pinpoint like I didn't know that many people, and like the people that I met, it just like didn't click. But it's not common. Like usually, yeah, most of the ones I go to, there's at least some people who I know, and this one is like very densely populated with people that I know, so it should be really fun. Also, we're like going a little bit early. It's like Hillary's like best friend too, dude. So it's like one of them. So
She's in it.
Yeah. So it's just gonna be fucking great. And, you know, I've never been to Cabo. I heard the weather's amazing. Like, heard it rules. Like, whatever. I'm stoked for all this. That'll be great.
It's nice when your significant other's in the wedding. You get a lot of G time.
That's true. But
maybe you don't want G time?
So the only thing I do on G time, I'm fine with G time. Like, whatever the time ends up being, I'm fine with. But I actually, since we're like all in the same place, I wonder how substantial the G time is going to be, or if it's going to be slightly less, since it's like, the logistics are so straightforward. You know what I mean? She just like walks downstairs. It's not like the same as a city wedding, you know? So yeah, but that's my only like long haul one that I can think of. I then have Boston, upstate New York, Connecticut, and then LA. So not bad.
That's a good amount.
It's a good haul. Very solid.
We got a lot next year.
You do?
Yeah.
Hate to see it. Guys, it is springtime, which means more fun, less time spent doing things you don't want to do.
You could have said more sun. It was right there, Giulio. It was right there. But hey, you got a point. There's a lot to do, a lot of places to be, and life gets busy when the sun is out and there's birds on the tree.
And there's fun.
There's fun to be had.
With the birds on the tree.
That means time's very valuable.
Time is very valuable, which means if you're going to be cooking, you want to be doing it in the most efficient possible way. And that is why HelloFresh is where it's at. Now, 2 things are important to mention here. So first of all, obviously the fact that it streamlines the process of cooking. But in streamlining the process of cooking so much, it actually makes it possible for people who are not capable of cooking certain things to cook them. That is the beauty of HelloFresh to me. Truly. It's like the amount of things that I've been able to make, it's just like crazy. So highly recommend HelloFresh. In taking that step out of getting the ingredients and gathering them and measuring them and preparing them, like that's the hard part. The cooking, once you have all the things in front of you, anybody can do it. So HelloFresh proves that. Make yourself some delicious meals with HelloFresh today, man.
You know, with HelloFresh, I make sure that I'm not skipping any of my meals. It's quick, it's easy, it's nutritious. I'm trying to bulk up for the wedding, and HelloFresh is just making my wedding day, hello wedding, so much easier to be where I want to be. So feel great with meals that fit your spring schedule and make the season even more delicious. Go to HelloFresh.com/oops10fm now to get 10 free meals with a free item for life. 1 per box with active subscription. Free meals applied as discount on first box. New subscribers only. Varies by plan. HelloFresh.
America's #1 meal kit.
We met an Oops listener on our wedding venue tour on Friday.
Oh, I saw. She sent
Last
me a
Friday.
picture.
Yeah, we got there and she was like,
She's working on your wedding, right?
yeah,
Cool.
yeah. So she works with the planner that we've been working with for the last couple of months.
Amazing.
And she was like,
she did not put 2 and 2 together?
no, she did right away. She's like,
No, but like, did she know before?
she didn't know before the site visit. So
This is
she just saw
Erica,
Ryan
right?
and Victoria.
Shout
yeah.
out to Erica.
So she was really cool. Shout out to Erica.
So funny.
That was really cool. It was really nice to meet her. She's a
funny.
big fan of the pod and a big fan of you. I think she's coming to the Boston show. So
Oh, amazing.
yeah, she was great. So
How
that
was the?
nice.
Yeah, that's great, man. How is So give us an update. How's it going?
Venue's clear, safe, looks great.
And you just had to basically show up and be like, what you had hoped you already knew is confirmed, right?
Yeah, pretty much. We walked, the caterer came, so we just kind of pointed to where we want tables to be and answer any logistical questions.
Did you try the menu?
I did the menu
that
a couple
already?
months ago. Yeah, it was fantastic. The bread is going to come served with roasted garlic.
Oh,
You're going to be
nice.
able to smear it on like
Hell
it's
yeah.
butter, but because it's roasted, the breath don't stink.
Did you check
Breath
about
don't
that?
stink. I just know that. I just know that, Giulio. That's just how it be. Breath don't stink.
There's like some other considerations that go into bad breath that I think are underappreciated potentially. Like if you don't sleep enough, like you're more likely to have bad breath from like caffeine. You're like dehydrated. You know what I mean? I feel like hydration is important for having good breath.
Yeah.
And the other thing is like the time where you're the most susceptible to a bad breath scenario is when you're inside and it's loud. Because then you have to project and then you blast the breath at people.
Blasting breath.
And you need one like unbelievable party trick is bringing out like a mini Altoids thing with you to a wedding. Cause like once you're at the wedding, you're fucked. There's no vendor. You can't like buy gum. You can't correct that problem. And also like you're now in your suit and you're like going to 7-Eleven to get like, it's just ridiculous. It's a really tough thing to do. So like most people at weddings don't have them. So it's interesting. Like I will try to always remember to bring them. And now that I'm talking about this, I need to remember to bring some to this wedding.
Yeah. Some bathrooms have an attendant or they'll have a little basket.
Sometimes.
Basket of floss.
Sometimes.
But
yeah, dude, like it's a move and a half to have it in advance.
no one's cooler than the guy with the pack of gum or the Altoids in their back pocket.
Agreed.
And I love offering it to people, and then they're like, "Oh, it's my breath." I'm like, "No, just like just want you to know, like, don't tell anybody." But
Yeah.
I got
you
some.
gotta keep it
I got
low-key.
some toids.
I got some good shit.
I got some toids.
I got that loud. Bro, it is insane how often people say, why do I need it? Do you think I would offer it to you if you needed it? It would be too awkward. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
It's
just do people do that?
more often than not.
No,
Or-
but do people offer it because the person smells?
no, I don't think so. Only if you like
Crazy.
love the person and like it's super okay. Like you have a good enough relationship. You're like, Mom, no, yes, you need some. I love you, but just take the Altoid. I got you. It's cinnamon. I don't like cinnamon. Just take the fucking Altoid, Mom.
Speaking of homie moves, okay, this is fun. One night we were at a dinner. I forget what it was for. It might have been Ricky, something for like Ricky's pre-wedding stuff or something. And this is during Pete dating Ariana Grande. And I'm sitting next to her at the dinner and like we're doing this funny thing where she's like putting makeup on me and like it's hilarious. And whatever. And then the person sitting across from me texted me a picture of it. And I was like, oh, this is like the greatest picture of all time. And it would have been insanely cringe for me to ask for it. And she did one of those. She went, gotcha. She like knew how sick I was. You want to see the pic?
Yeah.
It's a great pic.
Yeah, I think I've heard the story years ago, but I'd love
the
to see
pic?
the picture.
This is a good pic, dude.
Can I put it in the pod?
Yeah.
Guys, I got your back. We got the picture in the podcast. We got Giulio's consent.
Hey, I got you guys.
I got you guys. Okay.
Nice
Just watch the YouTube videos. Write a
lunch.
comment below what you would say if my friend that we don't want to interrupt the bachelor party tapped my shoulder and was like, "Hey guys, I'm here." What would you give me? What would you say? And what should I say? Hey guys, I'm here. But in the meantime, take a look at the picture. Got Giulio to show it to us.
I'll find it very fast. Yeah, this is it. Shout out to my close friend Ariana Grande.
Shout out to Ari.
Um,
I got one more thing for you. My niece had to get helicopter. What do you call that when you're transported from one hospital to another
Oh, shit.
via helicopter?
it's I forget, but yeah.
That happened to her. So she started
She
like
okay?
she's okay. Now she's okay. It was pretty scary the last 48 hours.
Jesus.
But she
Life support? Is that what it's called? I forget. Whatever.
no, not life support, but like it was like a
They chopper you.
yeah. So she started her it's like preschool. Like it's like a daycare preschool, but it's not just daycare. It's like a preschool. she's 2.5. So she started that, and I think she was around so many other kids for the first time. Her immune system wasn't prepared for it, and a bunch of kids got sick. And so she woke up one morning, and her breathing was really tight, so much so every time she took a breath, like her rib cage would just like suck in and suck out. You could see it all. And so they brought her to the hospital on Easter morning, and they thought she had RSV. And I don't know what that is, but you know what I mean.
It's like a kid disease, right?
Kid flu,
Respiratory
cold, respiratory
thing.
thing. And so they thought she had that, and then they put her on, they were trying to get oxygen into her lungs through the nose. It was getting tighter and tighter, and then they had to transport her to the ICU, but a pediatrician ICU. So they went to an ICU, and they're like, no, we don't have enough doctors for this. So they took her in a helicopter from northeastern Florida near Jacksonville. They flew her down to Orlando. It's an 8-minute helicopter
live in
flight.
Jacksonville?
That area, yeah. And they moved from Tampa a little over a year ago, but they might be back. But
Do they like it? Sorry.
yeah, they're living with in-laws right now. Okay. Or they're living with her in-laws. So she flew in a helicopter 8 minutes to Orlando. That's how long the helicopter flight was.
Did the parents go in the flight?
My sister couldn't go with her. And at that point in time, it was scary. Like at that point in time, like it was like, we got to get her. We got to get her. And I was just like so beside myself on Easter. I was just like outside for most of the day, sitting on the porch,
waiting,
just away from the family, waiting for updates and stuff. It was like really scary. And every photo update my sister would take, even with positive updates, my niece, she just looked like Benjamin Button. Like she looked like an 80-year-old 2.5-year-old. She looked horrible.
Oh my God.
And it was so sad. And so they brought her down, and then they hooked her up. And then I think yesterday she was able.
They brought her down. They hooked her up. Any more specific?
They brought her down. They hooked her up. They healthed it up.
We brought her down from what? And hooked her up to what?
They brought her down to Orlando to
and then they hooked her up
pediatrician's ICU.
The necessary.
They hooked it up. I don't know. They fixed her. And she was able to start eating and drinking again last night.
And how does she is she like, oh, that was tough? Like,
my sister says she's probably not going to remember any of it.
Eventually, right? But does she currently remember any of it? Is she like,
I think so. She wasn't like knocked out for anything. Like she was awake when she was in the helicopter. I don't know what her line of vision was, but all of the people that were helping her out were superb. But there were ambulances, there were police officers, and there were like 7 people like transporting her into the helicopter, and they're like, we got to go now. It happened so fast. Clear. And my sister was just like, wait, what helicopter? Wait, what? And all like from notifying my sister that she was going into a helicopter to her being in the air in a helicopter, not with her daughter, was a matter of like minutes. Jesus. So then my sister had to like get in the car, and they had to drive a couple hours down to Orlando. Must have been the most terrifying time ever.
Oh my God. Are they getting updates during this time at all?
They were getting updates during the time. I mean, they're with her now. I think she might go home today.
Nice.
But scary shit, dude.
And I mean, I hope they have insurance.
They do.
And I'll also say this: that flight counts,
dude. That would be on the survey. Family Feud survey says one of the worst things to hear, like as you're going through a traumatic moment, was, "I hope you got insurance."
Yeah,
while you're beep.
Totally,
beep.
totally. As the helicopter takes off.
I hope you got insurance. Like you're like an Uber Eats driver for the hospital. You're like, oh, you need insurance for that. It's gonna be expensive. I'll show you a picture of her.
But yeah, anybody wondering, if you are helicoptered to the hospital, it does count toward your annual flight list.
It does?
Any takeoff and landing is sanctioned.
She's lived so much life in the last couple of days.
Do you think she was like, yeah, mommy, I was like flying like a bird in the sky?
I don't know, but the nurses that were like in the flight, I'll show you. This is a better picture of her.
So what was? Oh, that's cute. What was wrong with her?
She caught some sort of virus that was.
Did other kids have like?
Other kids had more mild cases of it, but looks like she's going home. I just got the update, so
and they're doing tests and everything, and she's nice, and she's like,
go home.
She's fine. Otherwise?
Yeah, I think she's fine now. She's going home, so I think she's just on some steroids and antibiotics, but it was a scary 48 hours. And when my sister sent this photo out of context, I was like, oh, this is getting really real. For about 45 minutes, it was like really, really real. I was like, is this happen? This is not happening. This happened so fast. This is not happening to a little 2.5-year-old. No one deserves this. And fortunately for us, she's okay. But it's just so upsetting because that is a reality in a negative way for a lot of people all the time. It's just so crazy how quickly things can go bad.
But I think the important point too is like it is a reality for anybody that it can that can happen. You know what I mean? So count your blessings.
Yeah.
Stop being so fucking caught up with bullshit.
That's what I'll tell her. Madeline, you're so caught up in your shit.
Just caught up with your fucking shit.
Fucking
dude.
Circles, Monsters Inc. Just fucking appreciate life, dude.
Appreciate life, dude.
Yeah.
You just flew in a fucking helicopter, dude. It's fucking sick. Most people never do that, dude. But bro, like I have some friends who are like starting to concern me. So this is my reminder to everybody to try to be as thorough as you can with the information that you get and that you're processing. Like the amount of things that I get from people that are like fear bait, where like there'll be some news story, quote unquote, but it's just some guy on TikTok talking to the camera. And it's like, someone will send me it and be like, and then like want to talk about it. And I'm like, yo, like send me the like actual story if you want to talk about this. Cause this is just seems like complete bullshit, which it is.
Yeah.
And even like someone will send me like a clip of a press conference where someone is saying something and it's out of context. You don't know what the framework for the conversation is. You don't know what they're talking about. You just hear one little soundbite and then they're like, see? And all I have to say is like, A, for your personal mental health, like do better. Like read, be willing to be thorough. If you're going to read these headlines or you're going to, not even headlines, if you're going to read this stupid Instagram shit, like make sure you're going to take the time to like look into it because chances are it's not going to be something that's a big deal. And also, if you're going to send that shit to me, dude, just know I'm going to think you're a fucking idiot. I'm just not going to think you're smart. Because like I have some of the things that some of my friends have said to me over the past couple of weeks, I'm like, you are on Instagram way too often, man. You have way too much time on your hands. And also like with all this time that you have, you should be like digging a little bit so that you're not living in fear of things that aren't true.
Yeah.
And this goes on both sides. This isn't just like I know back in the day, it was sort of like the far right's kind of MO, but now it's just as, I don't know, just as bad, whatever. It depends, I guess, who you're talking to. But like, there's a ton of shit where like my super progressive friends are sending me shit that isn't true about like stuff with the border and stuff like deportations. And I'm just like, bro, like do your fucking research, man. Otherwise you're going to be a scaredy cat.
Yeah.
And being a scaredy cat is whack.
Yeah. There's got to be some sort of strike rule with a friend like that. Like maybe 3 of them and then you just block them.
Yeah, dude, it's tough. Yeah.
I love my mom. Mom, I love you. I know that I got some schlack for talking about her movie recommendations and how I don't love them. I think that I should have cut some of that and I didn't cut as much of it as I did. And Mom, I'm sorry. And she was very cold with me for a couple of days. And then I was like, I felt something wrong. And I was like, what's up? And she's like, no, you just, you said what you said and I'll never recommend a movie again. And I was like, Mom, I was just, I was revving it up for the podcast. She's like, nope, you sounded very content and you really believed it. You really believed what you said. So I'm prefacing with, I love you. This is just an example though of things being sent. I was in the car with my mom and Victoria and my whole family. And she's like, oh my God. And we all turn around. We're like, what? And she's like, Steve Harvey died. And I was like, oh, fuck. And so I lived in that reality for like 10 seconds. I was like, let me see. And she shows me her phone and it's just a doinky Facebook, just garbage post. Love you, Mom. I love you. Garbage post, misinformation. I was like, Mom, you can't tell us that without really checking. Like Steve Harvey's not dead.
Dude, 100%.
Unless he died between now and the day that this episode releases, which would be crazy. But at that point in time, he was certainly alive, and he's been alive since she said that. Up until
was there
potentially
anything wrong with him?
Nothing.
Hilarious.
It was just like a fake, and it wasn't April Fool's.
Dude, okay.
That stuff's a little aggravating. Love you, Mom. You're the best.
You need to deliver these messages responsibly in life. Like my dad did this to me the other day. He calls me like unusually early, and I'm like, "Hey, what's up?" And he goes, "Hey," and I'm like, "Oh, I'm already anticipating something like a tough phone call. Like he's calling me earlier than he normally would. Hey, what's up?" I'm like, "Hey, like what's up? Is everything all right?" He's like, "Look, like got some sad news today." And I'm like, "Oh my God, like what the fuck? Like Jesus, here we go." Bracing myself. And then he proceeds to tell me that somebody passed away who I haven't seen or talked to in 25 years. And while, of course, that is sad, that is very sad. The way that that was delivered was just completely inappropriate.
It's so evil.
Dude, my dad, there have been direct family members who have passed away, and my dad texted me about it. So if I'm getting a call about sad news, forget about it. Like, this is going to be the saddest thing of all time. And while, of course, it ends up being sad, why are you putting me in this position? Why? Like, it's so insane. It's such an insane movie. He's like, yeah. And then he's like speculating about how it happened. I'm like, dude, like, you need to get it together.
Yeah.
So anyway,
That's an evil prank.
it's not, he wasn't trying to.
But to call somebody and be like, I got some really sad news, and then tell them something like, I got
Yeah.
2 tickets to the Yankees game, Legend seats tonight.
Yeah.
Are you free to come?
Yeah. That's some really sad news.
That is sad news.
But yeah, dude, I don't know. Well, okay, speaking of sad news, apparently there was a murder in my neighborhood the other day. Yesterday, actually.
Really?
So at first, dude, it was actually a classic game of telephone. I get texted from a friend from high school who lives around here. And he's like, there was a murder like near you. And then he says an address that's like 2 doors down from me. I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck? And he's like, well, actually it happened here. And then
Where was here?
like a block or 2 away. Close by still, 0.2 miles away.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh damn, like Jesus. He's like, yeah, like apparently this happened. I'm like, oh wow, crazy. Then I walk to the corner store and I'm like, did you guys hear about? And the one guy's like, yeah, I heard. And like, dude, back to back to back, people said, well, I heard. And we're like giving new information. It felt like a full on like cartoon of like telephone happening. Cause then it's like, well, actually, no, there wasn't a murder. The person didn't get murdered. Like he just got stabbed. And then it's like, I have no idea what happened. But
Brooklyn.
bro, like in the neighborhood.
I was thinking Connecticut.
Oh.
My bad. I'm recalibrating. Yeah. So it was 2.2 miles away from where you live?
Yesterday.
Wow. So what happened? What's the truth?
I don't know. I got like 7 different stories. There was a murder. It was a fight. Then it turned into a domestic dispute. Then it turned into one guy stabbed another guy, or maybe it was a woman stabbed a guy, or a guy stabbed a woman. I don't know. And the guy is now out in the world. But you know, yeah, that's it.
Damn.
And it was crazy to like live that in the moment. Well, no. Well, I heard. Back to back. Well, I heard. It was crazy.
Damn.
I was like, I've never actually seen this in life.
You asked your guy down the street.
Yeah, that's where this conversation happened. There was 3 of them being, well, I heard.
He's a sweetheart.
He's the man.
He's a sweetheart. I take my AirPods off when I walk in. I say
Dude,
hi.
Those guys are the best.
He's really sweet.
Dude, some like fucking like delinquent was trying to like pull Hillary's engagement ring off of her finger.
What was we need someone on the street
It
or
was
some
like,
drunk person
it was
at
some
a party?
like little kid who was like a teenager or something. Like, Miss, can I talk to you real quick? And then he like took her hand and was trying to.
Shit.
Yeah.
Is this recent?
Yeah. And anyway, like the guys in the corner are the fucking homies about it. Because it happened like near the store. So I was like, hey, do you guys like can you like check the cameras for like so-and-so time? And they're like, bro, tell her if anything like that ever happens again to run in here immediately. And bro, I've seen those guys kick the shit out of people too. Those guys are the real deal. You need to have like a solid situation like that in a perfect world.
That is nice.
They run the corner.
That's scary.
It wasn't ideal.
It's weird.
It wasn't ideal.
Yeah.
But agreed. It's like, it's also weird that it was just like some fucking shit kid. I'm like, bro, I wish I knew who that kid was. Cause like, there's a lot of like annoying teenagers in this neighborhood actually, who are like up to no good.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I just want to like fuck them up. I want to scare the fucking shit about them. That didn't even make sense. I want to scare the fucking shit out of them.
How would you do it?
I don't know. I'd like, just like get in their face and be like, and like say some like scary thing to them.
Like what?
Like, I'm going to fuck your mom.
You want to? No, you say I'm gonna fuck your dad and make him say your name.
Yeah, that's good.
While he comes.
That's really good. And then I'm gonna fuck you. Okay, mister. No, but like, yeah, I want to just like put the fear of God in one of these little fucking shitheads.
Yeah.
They're so annoying, dude. They're just like loud and rambunctious, and it's like fucking annoying.
It's brutal.
And they think they're cool, and you know that like they're children. That you can make them cry easily, and I want to.
You just don't know on the streets.
I want to make them cry. I wanted to catch this fucking kid. They didn't end up being able, they couldn't find it. Like, I don't know. She must not have been in range of the camera or something. But like, I wanted to find that kid, follow him home to his house, and tell on him.
Do you hear that?
I think it's
Is that a bird?
It's a bird.
You want to follow the kid home?
I'll follow. Well, most likely I would just follow him home and tell his parents, which I do not think is lame at all. This idea, people who invented like snitching not being cool, the people who invented that are just trying to protect themselves from being convicted of crimes. It's the same way that like cheersing without alcohol is bad luck. I believe the liquor industry created that.
How does that? Oh,
Because this way everybody has to buy a drink.
yeah.
Fuck that.
I didn't think about that being.
Bullshit, and so is snitching. Bro, guess what snitching is? Justice.
Mm.
The only time where you're a true snitch is if you did it too, and you tell so that you don't get in trouble. That's snitching. If you watch somebody do some bad shit, that's snitching. Okay, but which brings up the next point. I did not snitch the other day in this specific circumstance because I felt like it was gonna be viewed poorly. Even though I don't believe this. I believe that snitching is correct.
Mm.
I'm in the pizza store. And there's a man standing at the register who isn't understanding like what's happening. He's waiting for the cheese pie to come out. And they're like, it's not ready yet. And he's like, and he has a soda. He's like, and they're like, you already paid for it. He smells kind of like, I don't know, maybe he's just like not all there. Maybe he's homeless. I don't know. But at some point he just keeps standing at the register and we catch him just taking money out of the tip jar and putting it in his pocket. Nobody saw. And he just kept standing there. I didn't tell on him. Should I have?
Yeah. Yeah. Him smelling. Yeah. No, not, yeah. Doesn't matter that he smells. Doesn't matter that he's not there. You should treat him equally.
But like, I don't know if I would have told on anyone, but I should have. I'm like, why did I not tell? He just stole. He took it. He just took it from the jar.
I wouldn't make a big deal out of it. I would say like, hey, by the way, this guy's taking money. This guy just took money out of the jar. Check the cameras. Should
I tell them at a different, because this is on my corner. Should I go in there and tell them after the fact?
Not now. Like, it's too late now.
But should I be like, you got to watch out for this guy. He comes in and steals from the tip jar.
No, you can't do that now because then they potentially could be like, dude, why didn't you fucking say anything? I got your back. We told your wife to come in here. Like, come on.
No, not the same place.
Still.
The pizza place. Not that. No one told my wife
the pizza store.
This is the pizza store, not the corner store.
I don't know. It's too late. The statute of limitations has exceeded where you can go into there.
Well, what if, so this is funny. I was thinking about like blaming Hillary for it, but then that didn't, two wrongs don't make a right. If I would be like, hey, my wife told me when we got home that the guy was stealing from the.
And then you open up the possibility of him saying, yeah, I checked the cameras. You're standing right there watching him do it. And your wife's not with you. So that's
she
a
was
lie.
there.
Oh, okay. Still.
And she noticed it first.
I guess so. Just let it be. Have you seen this crazy guy before? Have you seen this smelly person
Maybe one
before?
other time.
Okay.
And he paid for the soda. I just think he's just not all there.
Maybe he's not all there.
Money.
I'd follow the Victoria rule. They do it one time, let it slide. They mess up a second time, then you say something. Just that'll work.
I like that.
Someone makes a mistake, maybe it was just a mistake. They do it again, that's a bad habit. That's got to get called out. So give the crazy guy another chance.
She's got upper management written all over her, pal.
Yeah, we had to deal with a crazy guy taking the bus home from Boston on Sunday night, and I think I got some sexy points.
Oh, nice.
I think I got some crazy sexy points. So we had 2 tickets on the Greyhound bus from South Station to Midtown Manhattan, and we had seats 14A and 14B in the back. They were reserved, and we're getting on the bus. We're one of the last people to get on the bus, and there's a crazy stinky guy right in front of us. His shirt's not really on. It's one of those shirts that's like a tank top, but everything's so ripped it just looks like cloth. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It just looks like cloth.
How is that guy allowed on the bus?
He's on the bus. He's like just going crazy. And he goes to the back and he puts his jacket on our seat. and there's plenty of single seats available, but this is ours, A and B. And I said, excuse me, those are our seats.
Nice.
I didn't stutter though. I was like, excuse me, I think those are our seats. We have them reserved.
What do you do?
And then he was like, ah, really? Really? And I was like, yeah, those are ours. And then he got his jacket up and then he went up to the front.
Fuck
I feel so bad for the person that he was sitting next to.
Oh, dude, well
because
done.
he was sitting in the aisle the whole time. And every time I looked over, while the sun was out, he was just like,
Oh God, he was gyrating. Was he scratching himself?
Was
Was he going?
No, he was just a lot of like
Oh God, dude.
space.
He looks like he's about to like morph into an arachnid.
Yeah. Space. Coming out of his shell.
Oh my God, bro. That's dude. Yeah, I would give you a 10 out of 10 there.
Thank you. Thank you. I think Vic did say to me, she's like, I like how you said that.
A plus.
I was like, thank you.
A plus. How are we doing the scale before? Was it out of 5 before?
I think it was a 10.
It was out of 10. Yeah, 10 out of 10.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't do that much. I never get feedback like that.
You gotta do it, bro.
Never get feedback like
You
that.
need to extend it to the annoying friend in Nashville.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any replies?
No, nothing yet.
Nice.
Boys are too busy to waste time on this guy.
The boys are busy getting the cash. All right, but I'm gonna say a word to you right now, and I want you to
Define it?
pronounce it.
Okay.
Yeti.
Yeti.
Yeti, right? Yeti. Have you ever heard somebody say it differently than that?
No.
Yeti. Same. Never. My dad the other day,
Oh. I was like, yep.
we're talking about the Himalayas or something because I was just in South Asia, like near the Himalaya mountains in Nepal and Bhutan, and he goes, "Oh, that's where the Yeti lives." I'm like, "The what?" He goes, "The Yeti." I'm like, "Can you say it one more time?" Yeah, Yeti. I'm like, "Why are you saying it like that?" He goes, "That's what it's called, the Yeti." I'm like, "Dude, that's insane that you're saying that way."
Can you tell when he's fucking with you?
He's not fucking with me there. I can. Dude, nobody can you tell more when they are fucking with you or when they aren't. He does the face. You guys have seen my special. When he's fucking with you, he starts going. It's true. He does. If he can't help it, he breaks immediately. So yeah, the Yeti. I'm like, bro, where the fuck?
What a waste of time. He's wasting time on the emphasis.
Do your
Yeti.
parents say anything's weird? My parents say some stuff weird. My dad says golf.
Golf? GAUWLLWEULF? Golf.
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 Yeah, I'm gonna go play golf.
The Florida Golf.
Golf.
Golf case. No, not that I can think of.
My mom says egg
Egg?
instead of egg. Egg. Yeti?
Yeti?
What the fuck is that?
Who did that to him?
I don't. Let's look it up.
Yeti?
Let's see if that. Imagine if he's saying it right. Yeti.
The word Yeti comes from Tibetan origins. It's derived from the words ya, meaning rock or high place, and te, meaning animal. Yeti.
All right, so he's he's in the right. He's in the right part of the world. The Yeti. I didn't know that. I thought the Yeti was from Seattle.
It translates to rock animal.
Can
or
you get the
animal of the
pronunciation?
rocky place.
Is there a way to get it like them to say it? You know how they do that?
Yeah, one sec.
Yeti original pronunciation or something. If he's right,
I mean, I can get the audio, but it's Yeti. Oh, wait.
Is he right? Oh my god, the guy's a genius. Bro, I'm dying at that. That's so funny.
All right, here we go.
Yeti.
No.
No.
No. No. No.
Not even close.
No.
Yeti.
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 Yeah.
Dude, it's crazy.
T.
It makes me. Oh my god, it's so funny. Hillary was like, "Your dad's a really unique person." She's like, "I've never met anybody else like him."
He is unique. Every time my dad tries to bust chops, he sits in it for maybe a second, and then he turns so red
Oh,
with
that's
just
good.
not
Embarrassment?
shame. What's it called when you're like vulnerable?
Embarrassment?
Not embarrassment.
Bashful?
Bashful. He gets so bashful. He's like this. He's like, Come on, Rye. You know that's a good one. Come. It's like, yes, I love my dad's jokes.
Oh, dude, good for him for at least having that.
Yeah.
So Hillary thinks that I'm becoming a dad. This actually happened, and this was really embarrassing. There's this coffee place, like a new coffee place that I go to. If I get coffee, I probably only have coffee twice a week. And I'll go to this spot, and it's like you order at the you order on the curb. And I've gone twice or three times, and they do the art up really nicely in the latte. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay. So I take Hillary there. I'm like, you're gonna love it. It's gonna be. And I go up to the window. I'm like, my brother. And the dude like gave me nothing. And I was like, okay, whatever. And then like 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, we're walking down the street. And Hillary's like, my brother. I was like, I swear to God, don't do that. Do not. My brother. I was
That's the sign of a great relationship. That sounds like a great little moment in the slice of your life. That stuff's the best.
Dude, I had like back to back like situations. Well, one of them went well for me, but like they were sort of like dad-like behavior potentially. Update on the citizenship thing. I need to get my birth certificate back so that I can file the lawsuit, I guess. So I can that's crazy. So I can file the lawsuit, I guess, against the Department of Health. So anyway, I had to send a certified mail package with an empty envelope inside it so that they can mail me back the birth certificate. It's not that complicated, but it's just one of those things where I just want to double check I'm doing it right. You know what I mean? And I also was sending something back to them that I had already requested previously. So a lot going on. And the lady is helping me is really nice. And she's like, all right, I actually can't do that from in here. I need to come out there and help you. We'll do it at the self-service kiosk together. I'm like, great. So we do it. We're done. And then I went, and then we hugged.
Did you hug?
And it was very nice.
That's nice.
So that was one situation where it worked out for me. A situation where I did too much and Hillary wanted to die. I was going to get a bagel, my favorite bagel place in the neighborhood, Baker's Dozen. The door is kind of just open. A guy walks in. I then walk in. The guy behind the counter goes, hey, can you close the door? I go, sure. I turn around and start closing the door. And it closes softly. So I just pulled it and then it began to close. I didn't slam it shut, but I began it to close. And then there was another person coming as I did that. She walks in the door. I'm already in the door. I turn around and I go, hey, I didn't notice. He told me to close it. I didn't see that you were there. And she just went, she gave me, bro, like not exaggerating. I was like, so then I was like, what the fuck was that? So then Hillary goes, no, you didn't. I go, yeah. She goes, you said something to her again later. I was like, yes. So I order my thing. She's still there. And I'm like, I would have never closed the door in your face. I just want you to know, I didn't do it on purpose. I didn't do any of that on purpose. And she literally goes, I was like, no, it was less than that.
That's a throat punch.
What the fuck?
That's a throat poke right there.
Right? What the fuck? I know. And then I was like, this person is either very shy, is in some sort of adolescent Daria phase where she hates everybody, but that's just her thing. And or I was just being profiled.
Or she's nonverbal.
Maybe
she was nonverbal.
But don't nonverbal people, wouldn't she have gone? Right?
Yes, either or those, dude. But maybe if she was pissed, a nonverbal person might respond like the way that she actually did.
Maybe.
So she could be nonverbal.
But yeah,
I should have said, "Are you nonverbal?"
Dude, it was.
She's like this. She's like.
That would have been a great third step. Are you nonverbal? Well, anyway, guys.
You're like,
at the end dude, it was terrible, bro. At the end of the day, I still think it's good to talk to people. I fully support when my parents do it. I think it's cute. I don't get embarrassed by my parents. If you're embarrassed by your parents, grow up, dude. You know what I mean?
it's okay to be embarrassed, but you got to love it.
You just gotta let them do it. Yeah. Just let them rock. Whatever they're doing is no reflection on me, bro. I'm my own man. So my dad wants to go talk to the postman or stare at ants on the ground for half an hour as the group goes ahead of him in Costa Rica. Let him rip, dude. Let it rock. Fucking do your thing, bro. Live your life.
Yeah.
Just fucking name me appropriately next time. He called me again this morning at 8 a.m., bro. And I was like, what? Like, I was scared again. I'm like, what happened this time? He goes, no, I just wanted to talk about our name. I'm like, no, dude, we don't fraternize over our name. You gave me a fucked up name and it's fucking my shit up. And you also you couldn't decide on your own name. The idea that you hated your name so much that you couldn't stick to it and then you gave me the same fucking name is crazy. Whatever. There's no need to, we were having such a good time. But guys, watch the show. I too am going to be in Nashville performing the 20th and 21st of June. Come check me out in Washington, D.C. this upcoming weekend. 1st to the 3rd, I have 5 shows. They're all going to be great. Then after that, June 12th, Lynch and I are going to be in Boston together. That should be really fun. Danny Palmer's going to be with us too. The boys all getting back together. I'm sure Danny will have plenty of very specific feedback for Lynch and for everybody else. Some of it alarming, other poignant. Then after that, I'm in Charlotte in July. I'm in St. Pete in September. I'm trying to add some other stuff to the calendar. So that's that. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe to my Patreon when it comes out. That will be supporting my travel stuff, a lot of behind the scenes shit, and a bunch of other cool perks. You'll get to see more about it when I launch it. Oops Podcast, oopspodcast@gmail.com, at Oops the Podcast. Lynch, what do you got coming up?
Ron is really play. If you've listened this far, like this part into the updates, please comment in the YouTube video the word butterfly. I just want to know if anyone sticks around to hear my updates. I got our improv show last Saturday was fantastic. Thank you to all of the Oops listeners that showed up. Had an absolute blast. There's going to be another one on May 14th, Steam Room Etiquette. Check out the Instagram. I'll be promoting it. I will not be at that particular show. I will be getting married. But there'll be many more shows this spring and this summer. Steam Room Etiquette. And then if you've listened this far, please comment no butterfly. Say no butterfly. And that would mean a lot to me. So we'll see you guys on Thursday. Thank you.